Fantastic Foxborough, Massachusetts at the house that Brady and Belichick built, Gillette Stadium, which also sits today's sports scarring moment, the Billy Cundiff Game. In 2011, Ravens kicker Billy Cundiff looked poised to tie a game and send it to overtime, but then his blunder did the exact opposite, punching the ticket for the New England Patriots. And while one team celebrated their good fortune, another fan base lives in agony at the very mention of this play. And that is the story we're telling today. Chef and my older brother Lemon is here to relive the feeling of your season coming down to one kick, only for it to go left, wide, left. This is
comes Billy Cundiff.
Gotta get to the dreaded play.
Last 2 years, 16 of 16.
Of course, I almost didn't want to watch football anymore after that.
And the kick will count.
Okay, y'all, how y'all doing? My name is Lemon, lifelong Ravens fan, and today we're gonna be talking about the AFC Championship game in 2011, also known as the Billy Cundiff Game, sadly. Shoot, when did the Ravens become my favorite team, for real? Honestly, I'd probably have to say the season we won our first Super Bowl. If you remember that Super Bowl, it wasn't that flashy. It was hard-hitting, interceptions, people getting sacked, people getting hurt, and honestly, at that time, that's when Ray Lewis was my favorite player too, because just watching them that game, starting to watch them after the next season started, like, he was just tough. Like, we just had the best defense. Started becoming more of a defensive fan. Like, the Ravens were just all defense.
Disclaimer, while my older brother is a Ravens fan, I, in fact, am not. I am a New England Patriots fan, and we developed somewhat of a rivalry.
That rivalry, that didn't really happen that much until later on. Like, Brady already won a couple Super Bowls before that even happened. Like, before, it was just Peyton and Brady, for real. We just started to sneak in there, started getting a little offense. Because after that first Super Bowl, the Ravens, we didn't have, it was no offense, no quarterbacks, no decent running backs. It was just experimental. We were just leaning on defense every year. So about after we got Joe, for real, started getting wide receivers, is, I feel like, when we really started bumping heads more. If you ask me to name 3 quarterbacks that we had from that Super Bowl until we got Joe Flacco, Kyle Bowler, Troy Smith. We did look pretty decent with Steve McNair. I'm not even gonna lie, but it was too late when we had Steve McNair. You know, you grew up a Ravens fan, like, we don't even watch the quarterbacks, to be honest. Like, it was nothing flashy. We started having games where we had 28 points, 30 points, like, Ravens games is 12, 9, 3. If you're a fan still from back then, you're a real fan, because our games wasn't fun. Like, if you watch a Ravens game, it's not a fun game. Like, there's no highlights. Like, other than defensive highlights, all Ravens teams back in the day couldn't even play now. We would probably be banned from the league, all the hits we were doing.
Now that we got the Ravens pretty well established, let's get to the day of the Billy Cundiff Game, shall we?
Largo, Maryland, Perryville side. Pizza, wings, soda. Chips, you would have thought it was a Super Bowl. Big Sony, big screen TV. Kickoff started. We wasn't talking no more, for real. It was deeper than just beating each other. Like, we met when it mattered. Like, we met in the championship games or in the playoffs. It's more than who got the better team. Like, you got the answer right then and there. You didn't get no rematches. Play that happened right before that kick. We were goal line. Of course, like, we were right there. Wide open. My man Flacco threw the ball, perfectly thrown in perfect Raven fashion, right off his fingertips.
Now, with most teams, the drop touchdown will be as bad as it got, and that alone will qualify for an episode of this show. But with time expiring, the Ravens still had a chance to tie and take it to overtime. Enter Billy Cundiff.
Gotta get to the dreaded play. Like I said, as a Ravens fan, all I was saying was don't miss it. Any other person is probably thinking, yeah, we got this. I'm saying in my head, don't miss it. Don't miss this kick. It wasn't even 30 yards, it was a chip shot. It was like 27 yards. Like, only way for him to miss it, I'm thinking, is like God himself had the worst sneeze. And he sneezed so bad that the stadium felt that shit. That's the only way I was thinking that was going, yeah. And then it happens. My man, perfect snap, Pro Bowl kicker, weather cool. less than 30 yards. I had to see it first, but the minute it left his feet, my heart dropped. And it didn't even drop before the kick. It dropped when I seen it leave his feet. He knew, everybody knew, the whole world knew he missed that kick because he missed it so bad. It didn't go up. He missed it so bad, I swear that he got paid to miss that kick. Because there is no way. And my immediate reaction, Mom, I'm still sorry. I just turned around and punched, I just hit the wall. As I'm turned back to look at the replays and everything, I just see my fist is inside the other half of the wall. I'm like, okay.
So how does his little Patriots fan brother react to these events while he's punching holes in walls, you ask? Well,
of course, my brother was super young at the time, bragging, yelling, loud, happy, yay, Super Bowl, Patriots. It's honestly one of the worst days of watching sports. I almost didn't want to watch football anymore after that. Like, dead ass. I almost didn't watch football anymore after that.
Okay, so that season ends in heartbreaking fashion. But the next year, the Ravens are dealing with their greatest player in team history retiring. So what does superfan Lemon think about all this?
All I knew was we not sending my man home empty-handed. That's all I knew. Especially coming from that season the year before and how we lost off some weird. I'm like, nah, he ain't going home like that. We were close to the Super Bowl. Like, as a Ravens fan, all I always said was we need receivers. We need offense, just a little offense, because especially the way the rules were changing, defense was going to keep giving us points. We were going to stop people from scoring still, but you still need points. So I just knew that we had a little offense. We had Ray, we had like 2 running backs, McClain, I believe. Like, it was sweet. Like, we had everything. Like, it was perfect. Our receivers, a veteran, Bolden. I just knew we had the firepower. Like, and if we did beat any other team, like, we could have beat any other team to go, but it probably wasn't going to mean nothing for real if it wasn't the Patriots, because at that time, they were the best team. So, like, if they would have lost to another team and had to play dumb, story probably would have been, team got a lucky win over the Patriots, Ravens steamrolled. Nah. The storyline had to be get it back in blood.
But the actual question is, did winning the Super Bowl actually erase the memory of the Cundiff kick?
Personally, it erased it to me. Bruh's gone. He's a thing in the past. We did what had to be done. It's different if, you feel me? Like, it's like keeping a bad worker. Like, that stench in the locker room is gone. That losing, scared stench, like, he's probably the type of guy that was coming in like, hey, guys, I don't think we could probably, like, he was probably that guy. We had to get him out of there. The Super Bowl, after we won that Super Bowl, because the storyline switched quick, after we got there, our head coach was playing his brother. Coincidence. So it was another, I thought I just left a personal brother rivalry. Now I gotta go help my coach, support my coach, be his brother too. It was like twins, that Super Bowl. Like, that Super Bowl, it didn't make no sense. Like, our team in the AFC, Ravens team in the AFC was playing, it wasn't the Ravens or the NFC. That's exactly how it was. Beat a good team, and then we really got to send my man Ray off in style. Like, he retired. He's one of the best linebackers, 2-time champion. This is about the Cundiff kick, but it became deeper after that loss. After Ray announced he was retiring, for real. Like, after we got to that game, because at that point is Ray going out a loser, or are we gonna send him off in style? So it became more, we're doing this for Ray, let's go beat their ass. At that point, like, if the Ravens were still thinking about that Billy Cundiff kick, we would have not won that Super Bowl. So I think they had their heads on straight, just like a lot of good fans did too. Super heartbreaking loss, but the real fans that stayed, we got our get back the next year.
With all that said, if Billy Cundiff were in the room right now, what would you say, Lemon?
I'm a God-fearing man. I'm blessed and highly favored. Billy Cundiff, if you're watching this right now, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, big bro, for coming on. But for the viewing audience, you probably remember there was another recently tragic Ravens moment that happened, and I just had to bring it up, being the annoying little brother that I am. Post-credit scene, go.
Not to use an old wound to reopen a new one.
What drive was worse, Lee Evans or Mark Andrews this year?
Who won the Super Bowl this year?
Eagles. In both cases, the team you lost to did not win the Super Bowl, if it makes you feel any better.
Nah, it's not even that. I'm thinking a little deeper because I know the Ravens would have won the Super Bowl that year if we would have if we would have made that kick.
I agree.
Who did y'all beat that year?
We lost to the Giants.
We would have dismantled the Giants if we played the Giants. It would not have. There's no miracle shit when you play around that thing. Nah, but no, some real shit though. I would have to say the Mark Andrews joint because it was more recent. But as an honest Ravens fan, do I really think we would have beat the Eagles this year in the Super Bowl? I am not. Our cornerbacks was too. I'm not. Saquon didn't get 100 yards against us this season till the fourth quarter, for real. So I wasn't too worried about. It's just because it's more fresh. The Mark Andrews joint is probably more hurt feeling because I need Lamar to get a ring. You feel me? Like it's more than Mark Andrews. It's more the Ravens. Like my man's like it's time for my man's to get a ring type shit. Like he's been there like 31st pick, got everything he needed. So yeah, that one hurt the most. And because it's more recent, the Lee Evans shit. I honestly that wasn't. It didn't end the game or end the drive. The Mark Andrews joint, that was the last play. Like, we didn't have another play after that. That was the last play of that drive type shit. So, yeah, the Mark Andrews one was more devastating, honestly. Especially from our best tight end. It wasn't like it was a rookie or anything like that. We see that, you probably walk away thinking he caught it. So...